Okay, sorry, I'm back. Sorry, I'm back. I came back to streaming. I was just seeing the indictment thing for James Comey, but let's see what's else on CNN. Breaking news. Yeah, what's the news? Let me just see some of the news. I don't know if I should watch this. Should I watch this this King Charles celebration? I'll just watch it. I'm gonna just 2 times speed it.
Mr. Speaker, Their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla.
Sorry about that. I'm gonna blow my nose.
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, members of Congress, representatives of the American people across all states, territories, cities, and communities. I would like, if I may, to take this opportunity to express my particular gratitude to you all for the great honor of addressing this joint meeting of Congress, and on behalf of the Queen and myself, to thank the American people for welcoming us to the United States to mark this semi-quincentennial year of the Declaration of Independence. And for all of that time, for all of that time, our destinies as nations have been interlinked. As Oscar Wilde said, we have really everything in common with America nowadays, except, of course, language. So, ladies and gentlemen, we meet in times of great uncertainty, in times of conflict from Europe to the Middle East, which pose immense challenges for the international community, and whose impact is felt in communities the length and breadth of our own countries. We meet, too, in the aftermath of the incident not far from this great building that sought to harm the leadership of your nation, and to foment wider fear and discord. Let me say with unshakable resolve, such acts of violence will never succeed. Whatever our differences, whatever disagreements we may have, we stand united in our commitment to uphold democracy, to protect all our people from harm, and to salute the courage of those who daily risk their lives in the service of our countries. Standing here today, it is hard not to feel the weight of history on my shoulder, because the modern relationship between our two nations and our own peoples spans not merely 250 years, but over 4 centuries. It is extraordinary to think that I am the 19th in our line of sovereigns to study with daily attention the affairs of America. So I come here today with the highest respect for the United States Congress, this citadel of democracy created to represent the voice of all American people to advance sacred rights and freedoms. Speaking in this renowned chamber of debate and deliberation, I cannot help but think of my late mother, Queen Elizabeth, who in 1991 was also afforded this signal honour and similarly spoke under the watchful eye of the Statue of Freedom above us. Today I am here on this great occasion in the life of our nations to express the highest regard and friendship of the British.
Wait, before I want to mention something to everybody. Let me actually exit out of this real fast. I don't think I'm gonna watch the whole King Charles thing. It's like 40 minutes long. I think I'm to tell you the truth, I muted a quick little segment of Let me actually just remove some of the stuff real fast. I think I want to mention to you guys that like I think I'm from now on the content is I'm no longer gonna I'm only gonna stream not stream. I decided to I'm gonna probably edit this part out, but my full video, but I no longer I'm not gonna I'm gonna be my content is gonna be just doing I'm since I'm doing politics, I'm gonna make a new channel in the future of Catholic stuff. I'm gonna disable my comments for now because just the last time, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I got like a troll and I was like, oh man, like, so I'm gonna just disable the comments. I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this video, but I'm disabling my comments. So just in case anybody was like wondering what the heck happened to my comment section, but I decided since I'm doing like politics and news and I'm gonna do religion in the future that I'm gonna disable my comments. Like just it's a lot better that way, just for I can focus on the thing. And like I got just trolls. I got like 2 trolls already, and I'm like I just hid them from the channel. So I kind of figured that since I was doing politics and news that I was gonna get some trolls. So that's happened to me in the past. So yeah, just I'm gonna go back to right now to the thing. I just wanted to mention that.
We still under the charges, but we do know what this is related to. Again, remember, the first indictment was about him lying to Congress and these leaks to the press. That has nothing to do with this indictment. We are told that this has to do with the case that you heard Caitlin Collins talking about earlier, this investigation from Secret Service into Comey's social media post that he posted a picture on the beach of seashells that said 8647. Then he deleted that post, but at the time, Republicans said that he was trying to incite violence against President Trump using that kind of social media post there. Now, I will tell you that the source that I spoke to directly correlated this to what happened on Saturday night, saying we've already seen all of this incitement of violence. We just saw it again on Saturday night. Not that these two things were directly related, but referencing the event on Saturday night while talking about this indictment in particular and the case around this social media post. It will be interesting to hear what we hear from the Justice Department on this, if there is any kind of actual correlation talking about this incitement of violence, but it also comes at a point where we're hearing from this White House nonstop saying that this is all about political rhetoric, that the reason that there have been so many assassination attempts have been because of rhetoric against President Trump. Obviously, we know that rhetoric on both sides of the aisle has been increasingly violent in this political environment that we are currently in, but that is what we know so far about the current indictment against James Comey, that this is about that social media post, which at the time the Secret Service said that they were going to investigate.
Kristen, thank you so much for that reporting. Caitlin Polans is with us now. So, Caitlin, the sourcing indicates that this is over that 8647 post that James Comey published online now years ago. There's no indication, there's no evidence at this point that we're aware of that's in the public that post had anything to do with what happened on Saturday night, correct?
Correct. Boris, that post was from May of 2025, so several months ago, almost a year ago. And at the time, what happened, I was just going back to remember exactly how this went down. Comey posted it. 8647 people who were Trump allies and Republicans responded to it, initially believing that it was a call to potentially assassinate the president. 86 is what is commonly used in restaurant speak to say when something is out or no more. And 47 would be the 47th president. The seashell post back in May of 2025, James Comey, after this was posted, after there was blowback from Republicans and people who were allied with Donald Trump, he took the post down and he said publicly, I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down. But the Department of Homeland Security Secretary at the time, Kristi Noem, she said that she did want to have Comey investigated for the assassination, for calling for an assassination of Donald Trump, and that Kash Patel, the FBI director, was also standing by to work on that investigation. They spoke to Comey. It didn't result in anything at that, but as Kristen noted, we are in a different moment, and this has been a moment where the Justice Department and Donald Trump have wanted to see James Comey investigated, prosecuted, indicted for multiple different inquiries. We know that there have been multiple inquiries around Comey, his work as the FBI director, potentially other things that had happened after he was the FBI director, the perjury case that he previously faced in the Eastern District of Virginia. That evidence was very much locked down by a judge after the dismissal of that case. We are still waiting to hear exactly what else is going on here. I just spoke to the clerk's office in North Carolina, in the federal court that would be covering the beaches there, which is very possibly where this would have been, where he would have taken that photo. They have nothing yet that they knew of, and I'm looking at the court records, and there's nothing online at this time. So we're waiting more from either the court or the Justice Department or from Comey himself to get a response. Right now, still a lot of questions, but this indictment clearly is something much different different than what Donald Trump has been so angry about over all these years, the Russia investigation that James Comey oversaw in 2016. Instead, it's about a social media post that James Comey took down and said he intended no harm with from May of 2025.
Yeah, a curveball there. Caitlin Polans, thank you so much. Thanks to Kristen Holmes, the White House as well. Let's bring in National Security Attorney Bradley Moss.
I'm afraid of watching Associated Press. Last time I got hit with a copyright thing that they were trying to like. I didn't get hit with a copyright claim, but I got hit with like a copyright thing for trying to watch it. My content got detected through
All right, that's
YouTube.
a great breaking news comes from the Justice Department. MS Now confirming
Watching.
reports that former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted for the second time. Joining us, MS Now senior investigative reporter Carol Leonnig, MS Now senior legal reporter Lisa Rubin, and Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist and MS Now political analyst Eugene Robinson. Carol, what do we understand this indictment to be about?
We are told by a very good source that this indictment relates to an investigation into the allegations that former FBI Director James Comey had made threats against the president's life when he posted something on Instagram, which was a picture of some shells arranged in a certain way, which he took to be a political message. He captioned it, oh, interesting message here. It said 8647. He was interviewed about this by FBI agents as he drove back from a beach trip, and this investigation went on. And now we understand a grand jury has returned an indictment for him making this threat against the life of the president.
Legally sound footing? Lisa?
It's hard to say because the Supreme Court has upheld a statute that penalizes making threats against a president. People said, for example, in the 1960s that this was an infringement on First Amendment rights. The Supreme Court said, no, the statute is constitutional, but it has to be a true threat. And by that, what some people have interpreted that to mean is that a reasonable person looking at all of the evidence would themselves understand it as a threat. Political hyperbole, said the Supreme Court, is not a threat. Something made in jest is not a threat. So I think there's somewhat of an uphill climb here for the Department of Justice in establishing that Jim Comey actually meant this as a threat against the life of the president, as opposed to a statement about getting rid of him from office or having the country be rid of him as a political scourge, not as a threat against his life.
8647 arranged with shells on a beach and posted to Instagram. Do you see that, Eugene, as a threat against the president's life?
Well, you know, Katie, I think I'm a reasonable person, according to the Supreme Court standard. And no, my understanding of what 86 means is to kick someone out. And in the context of talking about a president, in this political context, it means to kick him out of office. And that's a perfectly normal thing to say if you were a political opponent of President Trump, and certainly would be protected speech. So, again, Lisa is the expert on how the Supreme Court might slice this very thin slice of potato. But I think it's a stretch. I mean, it seems obvious to me they were looking for something to charge Comey with or something else to charge Comey with, having failed the first time around. And they think this is it.
Yeah, and just a note for everybody. James Comey says he saw these shells arranged in this way on the beach and took a picture of it, that he himself did not arrange these shells. But Carol, remind us what this led to. Wasn't he on vacation at the time? Was it the FBI? Was it Secret Service? They follow him home on his drive back to, where was it, Virginia or Maryland?
He lives in Virginia. He was, followed in a car. As Secret Service Protective Intelligence Division interviewed him, but the FBI also has raised questions about this. Protective Intelligence Division, just so you know.
Yeah, just because of the Instagram post. Damn. Insane.
tries to assess threats, whether they're made in a bar or on social media or outside the gates of the White House, and they interview people that they fear are threatening the president's life. This was viewed at the time, to Gene's point, as a little bit of overkill because James Comey could have written on social media, I hope we don't reelect this president, or I hope he leaves office.
Oh, the president just did a Truth Social. I forgot to mention this. The Chancellor of Germany, Frederick, and things like that. Doesn't always talk about it. Oh, he's going after the president of yeah, it says yeah, Iran just informed me the state of the collapse. They want to open the Hormuz, Strait of Hormuz. I think I'm in my video. Sorry, I'm gonna get off. I think there's really nothing else, just James Comey, GOP, Iran. Nothing's happening, so I'm gonna just end the video. Cheers, everyone. Ending the stream. Cheers.